welcome to Grappling with Insanity, the channel that I started the beginning, or kind of like a third of the way through 2020, when the pandemic started locking us down and prohibiting us from kind of going out and grappling and interacting with people. And I haven't been out grappling at a school since end of February of 2020. So what I've done is I created this channel. It was basically just for myself. I was just kind of loading videos, and a lot of them I just made unlisted or private, just so I could go back and review my own techniques. When you're training at home, you don't have a coach or you don't have friends to say, hey, I got to close the space off or watch what your arm is doing here, and you don't get a lot of that feedback. You're on your own. So one of the tools that is important for any of us to use, white up to black belt, is video recording yourself. And whether you share it with someone, that's your choice. You don't have to. But if you have something to share, it shouldn't make a difference whether you're a white belt or a black belt. If you have something to share and you think it's important, put it out there. And there's going to be some people that criticize it, and there's going to be some people that have questions. So don't worry about it. Put it out there or don't put it out there. Your choice. But the reason I started creating videos and posting them on Grappling with Insanity was to get some videos to my friends who were asking, what techniques am I doing with the dummy? How do you work with the dummy? How do you do this position with the dummy? And so I'm like, I'm just going to put this out there for Grappling with Insanity and see what happens. And right now, it's a way for me to keep my teaching brain active. I can teach, people can make comments, they can criticize, they can comment, they can ask questions, whatever. It doesn't make a difference to me. It's all good. It's all a way for me to get better at what I'm doing. So a little history about me. I've been doing jiu-jitsu probably since 2001, 2002. And I've always had a grappling dummy from about 2005 where I made my own. Now back then, grappling dummies, there was only basically $600 grappling dummies, and they were filled. They came ready to, as soon as they were delivered, they were ready to go. You didn't have to fill them up or anything. They were professionally packed, and they were expensive. So any of the earlier videos you would see of like Chewy or Stephen Kesting talking about how grappling dummies are not worth it. You should take that money and invest it in, a membership, and you'll learn a lot more. And that's true. You'll always learn a lot more in the classroom if you have quality instruction and quality partners. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get quality instruction and quality partners with a video camera, with the dummies. The idea of learning off of YouTube, the stigma that was on it before is no longer there. There's plenty of people out there there's plenty of quality instructors putting information out on YouTube, more qualified than I am. So the stigma of learning from YouTube or picking up some techniques from YouTube, they shouldn't be there anymore, right? So some of the ideas that I've always had a grappling dummy about 2005, I made my own. It was just too costly to buy a $600 grappling dummy. It was nuts. And I agreed with Chewy and I agreed with Stephen Kesting on that front at that time. So I made my own, and it was a fairly good dummy. I had like 3 versions of it. And in that process, beginning of last year, 2020, I was going to invest in a canvas dummy and see if it was any better. And so I purchased one for about $50. And when I got it, I had it probably for about a month or so, a month and a half. And then we started getting into the pandemic lockdown. And with that, it became necessary for me to only grapple with the grappling dummies. I didn't go out to my gyms. I know a lot of gyms are still open. Gyms are open right now and they're going. I can't do that. I can't be in that environment right now. It's too much of a risk for myself and my family. So the idea of working with grappling dummies has always been there since 2005. I've always come home from class, tried some moves. Because when you're in class, you'll learn maybe, 3 moves for that class? And in that 3 moves, you maybe get a whole 3-4 reps on each one of those moves, and your partner either decides they're done after 2 or 3 reps, they've either done the reps before or they've been in class before. Some classes, they get 3 different techniques every class they come to, so maybe they only do those techniques. In some schools, they do that same technique for a couple weeks in a row, the 3 techniques. You get the Americana, the straight arm bar, and the Kimura, and you can see that if you come 4 times a week, you can see that 4 times. And so some people get bored and they sit off to the side, so you don't get your reps in. Well, here's a way to get your extra reps, your grappling dummy. So if you are like me and you want to get reps in, drillers make killers. There's technical drilling and there's performance drilling. A technique drilling is slowing the pace down, working on the finer details. If you've ever looked at a Danaher video, a lot of that is technical drilling. You look down and he's giving you angles and breaking down, or Ryan Hall, you're looking at that. That's all technical information. Now, performance drilling, you'll get into if you look at any kind of competition class where you're doing reps and reps, high reps. It's almost like CrossFit at that point, where you're just busting out reps, as many as you can, every minute on the minute, however you want to do it. And you just sit there and you do guard passes, leg drags, a flow sequence of 4 movements, pass, knee on belly, technical mount, to back control, to rear naked choke, however you want to do it. But you're doing it fast, and you're not always looking for precision techniques. That's performance drilling. You can do that with these. So, if you stick around, if you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that. Check out some of the other videos down there. Please give them a like, a thumbs up, or put a comment down there asking if you got a question. I love it. All right? Thanks for hanging around. Grappling with Insanity. Thank you very much.